Part 4. Criminal Trespass. Proceedings of Foul Hours. On sweat-muddled Saturday, stressing all matter of facts compelling, wielding a scepter of broken beer bottle neck, harming one arm after another, wrapped in a matrix of wire and tubes, the price I paid was well on its way to becoming a class shit act. A menopausal burden worrying aloud, attacked by chiggers, mocking my place on earth. An accessory to gratitude, antennae swirling back and forth, in cohorts with marching grub worms. Earned the opposite of good credit through the power of analysis, leaking out from plaster tiles. Weakened by pain responses. A vicious collision between stomach bile and kisses, where perspiring abundantly, the last effort I make, consummating the revulsion. The clock snaps like minuscule roach bites, commanding me to give you such a peck. Beauty is only as deep as the puncture wounds in your back. Sitting on the great king seat cushion, patrons consume great amounts of overindulgence. My reaction is to kill the messenger, for he knows not how to breathe. Put him in the nurse's waiting room. On Friday, the holy chair received wheels on which to roll him. Of course, the King's Disappearance Act was pure falsification. Don't you realize anything yet? Congressman/executioner called from the coop he's flown, one by one plucking lashes. Not necessarily my own. At least we conclude our story with a bang-up job. I need you like a shot in the arm. She's sugar-lined. From pink breasts, her own sweet milk spills forth for the last time, even to this day. For the last couple of years, belonging to a moist twitch from a moist twat. Watching a single drop of clear liquid trickle under the pubic bone, and red hairs in my mouth of decayed enamel. Masturbation keeps her awake at night, streaking across stockings into high heels. Hind leg of a mule deer. 8 mast sails off the starboard bow Christ hangs. Rope tied in cattle knot configuration. Lady speed stick. Gear shifter with a habit. Nautical disruptions of all images. Set waves and submarine instruments with metal arms connected to flesh. Opioid-derived tinctures and eyedroppers full of cloudy, frozen poppy seed serums, flourishing when I'm a senior citizen. Heaven in my veins flow into a creek behind my eyes. Journal of Trauma. Pillheads, drag queens, God-haters, slow thinkers. I need guns, lots of them. Weapons of all kinds, knives, clubs, mace, explosives. Half speed, acid for trade. Banishment and coping methods. Peering inside a virgin passageway, the heat of the sky trisects thought, breaking the pedestal, supporting Mrs. Dog's first child, smiling blankly and clapping her hands. Old witch sister needs nothing beautiful, only shade and food stolen off the back of a bread truck, lifting your convicted head to sniff the wind out the window, hacking spittle and hacking Microsoft programs in apocalyptic tradition, electrostatic filter polluted by the mafioso. A new shipment comes in on Wednesday to further the traffic, become a packhound. It's not my day. I could name a million that weren't. Then name a million nights that weren't either. A wasting disease, depilatory and curious. No apologies for victim witness. We'll have to mourn them later. Religion and law are words that shouldn't meet. The union of joining these two is prophesized. Brigade Violencia. To split the atom in a militant fashion, akin to the furor and brutality of Bikini Atoll. Anti-Christian coalition placed beneath a magnifying lens, firing off 3 warning shots, fading into a fog. Hazed and phased, the dreams are under the plywood in the yard. This is the antithesis of my synthesis. Cruel findings in winter famine. Tricking myself into thinking is the best way to trick myself into thinking. Impurity amidst filth, living fades to blessedness. Take shelter. Flamethrower hurricanes, such as it will be. Hezbollah exists in spite of medicines. Hindu holy men fight with the bomb wind. Snowed in by an arthritic avalanche, the Chancellor's Advisory Panel assembled. A native of the sun and the spoon, trickster of the sun and the moon. Translucent skins hung by the chimney with care, bones removed to avoid persecution. Jaw muscle extracted to allow for less talking. Bespeak living, born of gun-toting corporal objections. A hand placed on your hand. Sooner than later will be death. Tranquility, not quite transformed. At the hand of the bride. Years of oppression bear down Babylon on the river. The city that forgot to care less, and parts unknown, population growth decimation. Heroes get killed, flip over the record, side murder, side suicide, driving faster, provoking wrong-headedness. Concerned about delinquents and hellcats, developing breakneck pacing. Jailbait under the microscope. Car crash conference. Paradise is amiss with rapid changing wide-scale lawlessness. Allow the serpent from our tortured past to coil tightly around your neck. Shameful joy and sour grapes, waving a blank banner, signifying nothing. on a black background underneath. 50 gray stars with 13 gray alternating stripes. A cult of war and famine and a VD-ridden, hypocritical psychopath. I planned a way out of here, then misplaced all the maps. Coaxing resentment out of the clients and guests, as simple as it were, isn't simple. Thankless job. You told those people that someone else was in the room. You said to those people that someone else was in the room. The history of the gamble. As it ends up, the boy was uncomfortable being called brother. Its body heavy as if real bags of sand and straw could weigh that much, roped together in bondage. All you get on your deathbed is what was in your crib, bottling tornado oil for mass commercial appeal, ignoring the vacant fingers. I'm fugitive billionaire holding the spade card on a planet full of aces, avoiding dealing. Religion at the end of a nightstick. The scenic ride includes an ass ripping. The night the lights went out in Warsaw was the day Billy Joe the Bastard jumped off the old Milwaukee Bridge. And the same night Chicago died, and died, and died, and died. The deterioration ceremony will begin in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Bingo. The game commences. Ayatollah motherfucker burglarized the farm equipment shed, only to find the radio cables severed.